Good afternoon. This is Brian Hitzelberger, your instructor for Art Appreciation, here with your intro video for the week. This week we're discussing rapid changes for week number 12. But before I get into that, I do want to give a little bit of a reminder. Your third written critique is actually due Sunday, April 8th. Same time as usual. Same format as the other papers. These written critiques constitute a pretty significant portion of your grade, as you know. The three of them together come together to make, I believe it's 45% of your grade. So you definitely want to be sure and give them the time and diligence that they deserve. And be sure to refer to the example of the student paper as well as other papers that you've done to kind of get a sense of what it is that I'm looking for. Additionally, in the back end of the syllabus, there are several pages of description about like the structure and what's required for these student papers. So have a look at that. So for this week, we're talking about rapid changes. Your readings this week describe a period of rapid changes on multiple levels throughout Western history. Things start to really pick up. Things start to really change. Along with these changes come a series of developments in the way artists work as well as think. And these shifts are not accidental. The way art shifts is often related to what is happening in the world around the artists. In fact, it's always related. So for this week's video, I would like you to choose two different periods, or movements in art as described by your book, and discuss the main visual signifiers of those movements. So what are the dominant signifiers? Like, what does the art look like during this movement? I also want you to discuss the philosophy of that particular movement. And that would be the answer to the question, why does the art look like that? So you're talking about two things two times, right? You're talking about how the art looks and why the art looks like that in one movement, and how the art looks and why the art looks like that in another movement. And you're kind of comparing and contrasting the two, like what was going on here and what was going on here. Now, to keep things interesting, I would like for you to pick two periods that are not successive. Right? So don't pick two periods that happened like one right after the other. Pick two periods from two distinct parts of history so that your contrast or the differences between them will be particularly rich. This is a really good lead up to what's going to be our final paper, where you will actually be comparing and contrasting two different works of art. So I think that this is a good opportunity to think about this kind of thing and this kind of thinking. When you put two things from two different periods next to each other and talk about them and look at why they're different, what emerges? Like, what do we learn? What do those differences really mean? And I would like for you to get at that in this video this week. What do these differences between these two periods mean? Okay? As usual, you want to use scholarly tone and language. Keep your videos to several minutes in length, and be sure and comment on two other classmates' videos for the week. Thanks so much, and I will see you next Monday.